Hello and welcome to another ParadoXmas tale. Today's story we have Santa and the Union Rep. So the story begins in Santa's workshop, where Santa is awaiting the decision on which of his elves he will need to take with him on his annual gift-giving duties. The idea of bringing an elf along this year was made by the Union of Elves. That union was formed in 2012 after, well, the great elf disaster of '09. But that's another story for another time. This year, the union had decided that an elf would join Santa to make sure the work he had done on Christmas night justified the amount of work the elves had to do the rest of the year. The choice was narrowed down to Steve and Gretchen. Steve was known to be a bit of a rebel. He enjoyed a few too many eggnogs around the Christmas season, and there was this one incident with Rudolph. And then there was Gretchen. Gretchen was very by the book and also slightly power mad. This drove Santa a little bit crazy, to be honest, but Gretchen annoyed everyone. She was disliked by all, and well, you see, when the elves realised that they could get rid of Gretchen, even if it was only for one night, they did not hesitate to vote for her. She won by a landslide. So Santa, with tears forming in his eyes, watched as Gretchen walked over to her desk and picked up the Union rulebook.
I almost forgot this. Shall we go then, Santa? Wouldn't want to be behind schedule now, would we?
Let's just go.
And with that, they left for the first house. Once they had entered the first house, Santa started to gently place the children's presents, one by one, into their Christmas stockings. Gretchen keeping one eye on Santa and the other on the pages of the Union rulebook. All of a sudden, and with a shrieking tone to her voice, she yelled,
Wait one gosh darn candy cane minute. What do you think you're doing, Mr. Claus?
What do you mean, what do I think I'm doing? Be quiet. I'm going to wake everybody up.
It's just that, according to chapter 258, subsection 17, paragraph 8, line 4 of the Union's rulebook, if the stocking of any one child is over the standard approved length, 1 foot 4 inches, then said child should get no more than 7 gifts inside the stocking.
That's exactly what I did. Look! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and oh yes, 7. How you like those spice apples?
Yes, but chapter 258, subsection 17, paragraph 8, line 6 of the Union rulebook also says, however, if a depiction of a reindeer adorns the aforementioned stocking, an additional gift must also be placed inside.
At hearing this, Santa turned around, placed all the presents back into the stocking with the additional gift, whilst muttering under his breath, well, let's just say, words that should never be repeated in a children's story. And with that, they went to continue their journey. As they neared the end of the night's journey, Santa had reached boiling point with Gretchen. He had tried and tried to keep his festive spirit high and his jolly laugh loud, but he just wanted to reach over and grab that Union rulebook from Gretchen and just chuck it into the Atlantic Ocean. It was at this moment that Santa realised. After all the commotion at the first house that they had visited, he completely forgot to put presents under the Christmas tree. He had only filled the stockings. Santa and Gretchen returned to the first home with the final presents for under the tree. Gretchen, as before, was watching Santa very closely to make sure that he followed protocol. But in his haste, Santa did not notice that he had placed one of the presents a bit too close to the fire, which was still burning brightly. Gretchen, seeing this, tried to get Santa's attention.
Santa!
Santa, having heard all he can about the Union Rulebook, sharply turned to Gretchen and said,
What? What, Gretchen? What is it now? Is it about paragraph 339? I don't give a about paragraph 339. You can take paragraph 339 and shove it right up your and do whatever you want with it, because I don't care.
Maybe we should skip ahead a little bit. And that's
what I think you should do with that book. So what is it, Gretchen? What have I done wrong this time? I think we should maybe talk about this later.
Santa spread some magic dust over the damaged floor, and in an instant, it was good as new. They both left the home and headed back towards the North Pole.
Santa, I just tried to tell you that you should never leave presents near the fireplace. That's all I tried to say, sir. I'm so sorry if I've been a little full on tonight. I'm just really excited to take part in the gift giving process. It always seems like such fun.
Oh, Gretchen, I'm so sorry. I know you were only trying to help a bit. I forgot what Christmas was about. Not only for you, but for the children of Earth as well. I promise I will change my ways. You saved my life. Maybe even the life of that family. What can I do to make it up to you?
Well, I was wondering if all the other elves could have a gift at the end of the year. Just to show your appreciation for all our hard work. We don't want paid for what we do. We love making children happy. It would just be nice to have a little gift at the end of it.
You're such a nice elf, Gretchen. Of course I can do that for you. Bring it in. Bring it in.
When Santa and Gretchen arrived back, they both handed out a gift to each and every elf. And Santa made sure that they all knew whom to thank for this generous deed. From that year on, all the other elves looked up to Gretchen, not only for the gifts that they had received, but also for the courageous act that she had performed on that fateful night. And as for Santa and Gretchen, well, they both take the annual journey together now, handing out the children's presents. But there is one rule that Santa has. The book must stay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's the end of our tale. And I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you very much.